Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel. What if the biggest threat to your family was hiding right inside your own house this whole time? Will Spencer stumbles onto a chilling secret while searching for something as simple as a charger, only to uncover a dangerous, calculated plan targeting the people he loves most. As the truth unfolds, the entire family is forced into a terrifying confrontation with Dylan, a man they thought they could trust. Alright, so this all starts in the most innocent way possible, which honestly makes what happens next even more terrifying. Will is just going about his day, nothing unusual, nothing dramatic. He's simply looking for a charger he thinks he left in the guest room and the same room where Dylan has been staying. No big deal, right? Just a quick in and out. But the moment he pushes the door open, something feels off. You know that kind of feeling you can't explain, like the room is too quiet, too still, like it's hiding something. That's exactly what hits him. It's subtle, but it's there. And suddenly, this isn't just about a missing charger anymore. Now, Dylan has always been a bit reserved, quiet, careful, maybe even a little too careful if you really think about it. But Will never really questioned it before. In a family full of complicated personalities and secrets, Dylan just blended in. Until now, because sitting there on the desk is a laptop, not closed, not shut down, just sitting there, glowing faintly, like it's waiting for someone to come closer. And Will pauses. He can almost feel that internal battle in his head. Don't do it. This isn't your business. But then something else kicks in curiosity, instinct, maybe even a little fear, and that's what pushes him forward. He taps the keyboard and the screen lights up. And that's when everything changes. Right there, staring back at him, is a folder labeled Phase 2. Now come on, nothing about this sounds normal. That's not the vacation folder. That's not work documents. That's something else entirely. His heart starts racing, but he clicks it anyway. And what he finds inside, it's not just shocking, it's terrifying. There are files, tons of them, organized neatly, almost obsessively. And as he starts opening them, piece by piece, his entire world starts falling apart. Because these aren't random files. These are plans, detailed plans. We're talking surveillance photos, notes, names, family names, names that hit him like a punch to the chest. Rich, Brooke, Steffi, Finn, even his own name. And that's when it clicks. This isn't coincidence. This isn't harmless. This is a blueprint, a calculated step-by-step plan targeting the very people he loves. His hands start shaking as he opens another file labeled execution timeline. And this one, it's even worse. Dates, times, locations, everything mapped out with precision. This isn't someone guessing. This is someone who knows exactly what they're doing. And deep down, Will already knows who the someone is Dylan. He even whispers it to himself, like saying it out loud might somehow make it less real. But it doesn't because the evidence is right there in front of him. And then it gets worse. There's another file that catches his eyes. Contingency, exposure. Now his heart is pounding. Because if there's a contingency, that means whoever made this plan already considered the possibility of being caught. He clicks it, and what he reads, it sends chills down his spine. It's all there instruction on what to do if someone finds out, how to manipulate the situation, how to shift blame, how to control the narrative, and even how to silence anyone who gets too close. And in that moment, it hits him. If Dylan planned for someone discovering this, then Will himself could already be target. Suddenly, the room feels smaller, the air feels heavier. Every tiny sound, the creak of the floor, the hum of the house makes him jump. This isn't just a secret anymore. This is a trap. Meanwhile, downstairs, life is just normal. Brooke is laughing. Reese is relaxed. Steph is busy on a call. Everything feels calm, safe, completely unaware of the danger sitting just upstairs. And Will realizes something terrifying. In a matter of minutes, everything is about to change. But how do you even explain something like this? How do you tell your family that someone they trust might be planning something dangerous against them? And the bigger question, will they even believe him? Because Dylan didn't just show up, he blended him. He earned their trust. He became part of their world so seamlessly that no one ever questioned him. Except now, Will has no choice. He quickly pulls out his phone and starts taking pictures of everything, every file, every piece of evidence, because he knows if this disappears, he has nothing. Click, click, click. And then, footsteps, his entire body freezes. Dylan. Thinking fast, Will shuts the laptop and steps back just as the door slowly opens. And there he is. Dylan stands in the doorway, calm, almost too calm, but his eyes, they tell a completely different story. There's something cold there, something calculating, something dangerous. Looking for something, he asks casually, but there's an edge to it, a warning. Will forces a smile even though his heart is pounding like crazy. He plays it off, says he was just looking for his charger. For a moment, neither of them moves. The silence between them, heavy, thick, like one wrong word could set everything off. Dylan steps farther into the room, glancing briefly at the laptop before looking back at Will. And then he says something that says everything without saying too much. Some things are better left alone. That's not advice, that's a threat, and Will knows it. But instead of backing down, he stands his ground. He looks Dylan straight in the eye and basically say, some things need to be exposed. And right there in that split second, Dylan's mask slips. Just for a moment, but it's enough. Because now Will knows for sure he's right. Dylan is hiding something dark, something dangerous. So Will doesn't waste another second. He walks out, heads straight downstairs, his mind racing. His only focus now is protecting his family. The second he walks into the living room, everyone notices something's wrong. You can't hide that kind of fear. Brooke asks what's going on, and Will takes a deep breath before dropping the bomb. We have a problem. And not just any problem, something bigger than anything they have ever faced. He starts explaining everything, shows them the photos, breaks it all down. At first, total disbelief. Of course, how could something like this even be real? But then the evidence starts staking up, and you can literally see the shift. Shock turns into fear turns into anger. Reed is furious, Steffi is fired up, Brooke looks completely shaken. Everyone's asking the same question. Why would Dylan do this? And honestly, no one has that answer yet. All Will knows is this: whatever Dylan is planning, it's already in motion. And time is running out. And then, right on cue, a voice comes from the doorway. You're right about that. Everyone turns, and there he is, Dylan. But this time, no act, no pretending, that friendly, calm version of him is gone. What's left is something much darker. He admits that they weren't supposed to find out like this, almost like it's an inconvenience. And just like that, everything explodes. Questions fly, accusations hit from every direction. But Dylan, he doesn't panic. He doesn't even flinch. If anything, he seems amused. And as he starts revealing pieces of his plan, it becomes clear. This isn't just about power or revenge. It's deeper than that. More twisted, more dangerous. But Will? He doesn't back down. Not for a second, because he knows what's at stake. He started this by uncovering the truth. And now he's not going to stop until his family's safe. No matter what it takes, because one thing is clear now. There's no going back. This storyline really taps into one of the scariest ideas, trust being completely shattered from the inside. It's not an outside enemy. It's someone who has already in that circle, already trusted, already accepted. Dylan represents that hidden danger, someone who carefully builds a place in your life just to use it against you, and the fact that he planned for exposure, that makes him more dangerous because it shows how far ahead he's thinking. Will, on the other hand, becomes the unexpected hero. He didn't go looking for trouble. But the moment he found it, he stepped up. The shift from curious to protective is what drives his entire moment. And the family, they represent the emotional core because now it's not just about stopping a plan, it's about dealing with the betrayal that comes with it. Honestly, this kind of storytelling gives me chills because it plays on something very real. The idea that sometimes the biggest threats aren't obvious. And Will, I respect him for not backing down. A lot of people would have walked away, pretended they didn't see anything, but he didn't. He faced it head on, even knowing he could be putting himself in danger. Dylan, though, that calm, controlled attitude, that's what makes him scary. Not loud, not emotional, just calculated. And those are always the most dangerous ones. So, yeah, what started as a simple search for a charger turned into a full blown nightmare that could change everything for this family. Now, I've got to ask you, do you think Will did the right thing by confronting this immediately, or should he have handled it more carefully? And what do you think Dylan's real motive is? Revenge, power, or something even darker? And most importantly, if you were in Will's position, would you have opened that laptop? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like if this gave you chills, and make sure to subscribe because this story is just getting started.